So, Abby, what's your storyline, babe?
My storyline this week is Eastenders family trees.
Oh my god.
Because we're not addressing the elephant in the room that Gina and Harry now share a sister.
And
Their parents are dating.
I know. What the hell? And not a peep from
Not a
anyone
peep.
about it.
Like the fact that your shaggaroonies and your sister is the same.
Yeah.
Like, that poor little girl is
Is there
going to
no
grow up very
discussion?
confused.
I
I know, like you'd make a joke out of it, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
Because they're in the hospital when Nicola's just given birth and they're all happy Larry. And it's like, no, that's now your sister.
I know. It's
That
both
baby's
your
your
little sister.
I know, it's so weird.
It's very weird, isn't it? But that is EastEnders to a T. Like, there's so many instances of it. Like, first of all, Zach and Vicky shagging, they share a sister.
Yeah.
Everyone shares a sister.
And the joke is they're like, move into my sister's.
No, that's
like,
my sister.
Yeah, there's no like, oh my God, that's your sister. It's like,
It's so weird.
it's like it's normal.
I know, it is normal in Walford though.
It is.
And do you know what? Another one that I think is mad. We could probably sit here all day and think of them, especially like the fact that this is a side one, but Ben and Lola are related and they had a baby together. So Lexi is, they're like third cousins, second cousins.
Are they?
Yeah, because Billy is Lola's grand.
No, but she's adopted, I think.
No, I've looked it up.
Oh, okay.
She is his son was adopted. That's why they didn't always know each other. But that is her granddad.
Yeah. Pops.
Yeah, Pops. Phil is Billy's second cousin, which makes Ben his like third cousin, which then makes Lola and Ben like fourth, fifth cousins or something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
No, like they are distantly related,
Yeah.
but they're also not. They would have been introduced to each other as cousins. You know when you're like fifth cousins, but when you live and see each other a lot, you're not. You're like we're gonna say we're first cousins.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But who else is distant?
And then Jack Brannan has children with three Mitchells: Ronnie, Roxy, and Sam.
Oh my
So
God.
sisters and a cousin.
So the children are like...
Cousins and siblings. So like Ricky and Amy are brother and sister,
Yeah.
but they're also cousins.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because Ricky's Sam's and Amy's Roxy's, but also Ronnie and Jack had a child together. Where is that child?
Ronnie and Jack is Amy.
No, that's Roxy and Jack.
Oh, Ronnie. Oh, it's... Oh, because...
One died, but they had another kid, didn't they, later on?
No, that's the one.
Oh,
Because the boy, what's his name?
James.
No.
Died.
The one, Ricky, is Sam's.
Yeah. But there was Ronnie later on went on to have a kid.
She went on and on and on.
I know, that woman went through a lot, didn't she?
Oh, bring them back from the dead.
I know.
Oh.
I've still got to live through that death.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen it yet. I know I've seen clips of like the water, but
So good.
I don't know if I can do it.
Cinematic experience, that's all I'm saying.
We haven't had a proper death in EastEnders for a while, apart from Martin.
Martin was painful, babe.
It was painful, but I didn't have like an emotional attachment to Martin because I've missed the last 10 years.
Yeah, at
And
Christmas,
I'm
I was
re-getting it
crying
now.
and you weren't.
What happened at Christmas?
When he died.
Oh no, that was the anniversary last year. It's
Oh, was
been
it the
ages.
anniversary?
Yeah.
Well, I was crying my eyes out and you were like, yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, because I've missed the last 10 years. I'm on episodes at the moment where Martin just comes back into it. So like I don't have an emotional attachment to Martin. It was sad, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like
It was like a goodbye.
I wasn't blobbering.
Well, these family trees are mad because are you related when you go that far back? You are, to some extent.
I know. So basically, I've done that, one of them ancestry things, and on the ancestry things, you always get emails saying like,
Your cousin's next door.
yeah, literally, saying like, you found a new family connection, and then they're like, Robbie O'Sullivan is your parents' fourth cousin. I'm like, that's not related to me. Stop sending me spam. Like,
Yeah.
literally, unless you're coming through with a second, I need to see the number two.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're not related to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was saying this before, like, I'm Irish. Like, that I can have loads of fucking relatives.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have an Irish person I work with and they're going out with someone and then they found out by going to the person's house, seeing a picture and their
that
brother.
they were related to the person
Yeah,
they were
or
going out
they
with.
were like distant relatives, and they were like, "How do you know each other?" And they were like, "Oh, that's my so and so," and then they were like, "Well, that's my so and so." But it was so far back that are they related?
No. But
It was
still,
just a bit of a
that's
shock.
that's
EastEnders
a mad
coded.
way, yeah. That's a very EastEnders way of finding out.
Yeah.
But also, no, I
Doof,
actually,
doof, doof,
yeah,
doof, 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 doof.
literally. Who's that? That's my uncle.
'Cause then you've got,
but
like-
that's my uncle. I don't know why I have an
Yeah.
American accent. Who's that?
That's my uncle.
yeah. But
Because it's like cousins don't necessarily mean like related, technically.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but then you can have like, doesn't need to be parent and mother because then, sorry, dad and mum, because then that dad can have loads of kids, the mum can have loads of kids, then they have kids separately.
Then it starts
Then
becoming third and fourth.
Yeah,
and
that's when it gets kind of all right. When it's quite far down the line, because it's different if it's like mum, dad, baby, mum, dad, baby.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
In EastEnders, it is just normal to
It's
shag your relative.
normal. Shagaroo.
Shag your relative in EastEnders because, you know, they're working with the cast members they've got, but also
Yeah.
it's just been normalised in Wolford.
Yeah.
And I reckon there are places that are a little bit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I actually, like, places like little islands like the Isle of Man and the Isle of Wight, I bet loads of people are sleeping each other that are like distant cousins, because you've got people that have their family trees from years back are still there.
Still
So
there.
like, but also I actually have a friend that, she's not a close friend, she's more a friend of my good friends, but she's my friend. And her, I think it's her grandparents are cousins, and they're from like a small town in Wales. And I think it's just normal.
I can't wrap my head around it all. It's too complicated.
Yeah, but I think back then, obviously that would have been years and years ago.
Yeah.
Small town in Wales.
Yeah.
Oh, we're cousins, but we actually fancy each other. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't
There
go
are a lot
away
of
with
those-
it
a lot of those,
nowadays,
like
but...
small areas in like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
It's not.
Slim pickings, do you know what I mean? You've got to work with what you got.
There's nothing out there.
Maybe that's what we're doing wrong. We're opening up the pool a little bit too much. So it's so hard to date because there's too many
You better
people.
not bring your
We need
cousin
to-
around next week.
We need to go back to our roots and start again. Where are you, relatives?
Oh my God.
I also have a friend who also done the ancestry, and like I say, these emails come up with like, your parents' 7th cousin, and she got one, and it was her boyfriend's mum. They'd been together like 12 years. But it was like, your 5th cousin, and then so that would make the son the 6th cousin. Like, again, she's Irish, it's gonna happen.
But that's what I mean about that ancestry. I've got very mixed feelings about that thing.
Yeah, same.
And
but
everyone's like, what's your problem? But I just feel like I don't think it's that accurate. I
Mine
think
is
it's
quite
accurate in
accurate.
terms of like where you are. But if you think about like history and how much we've mixed,
Well, essentially,
and people that don't have like a sort of birth certificate from back then, because a lot of people came over and
so
we
that's
mixed.
how they
and
work it out. Is basically
your blood.
Yeah, but it's the data. I think it's just a swab. I don't think it's blood. It's
Yeah.
the data from basically the more people in the world that do it, the more accurate you can get it, because then the DNA will match. We have more clear DNA. But I do think it's relative. I think it's fairly accurate because
Yeah, I don't think it's
actually
not
know-
accurate, but I don't
actually
think it's as
know
accurate
mine,
as they
and it's
say.
accurate.
But you're lucky you probably have like a steady backlog.
Mine
Would be all over the place.
Yeah, my mum's side's like that. My mum's side's all over the place. My dad's side, his brother done it. His like real brother, my uncle, and he was 99 point something Irish. My dad's side is so Irish.
Yeah.
Like my dad is a pure-blooded Irish man, and so like that side, I've got like the strongest, clearest thing ever. And then my mum's side's a bit messier because she's part Indian, and we found out part Italian, and then English Irish, as the rest. And she's obviously had it where, and even like my Indian side, they at some point, like the surname, if you date it all the way back, goes back to Persia. So like it's very, my Indian percentages on there come from a few different spots in Asia.
Yeah.
Like not just like one spot in India.
Yeah.
Because so my mum's side's like that, yours would be like that.
Yeah, because my mum's like family are kind of like traveling Jews, and they were never like, they would moved around a lot.
Yeah.
So there would be no like.
But Jewish comes up as a race on there. You're Ashkenazi Jew, right?
Yeah, but
My friend came up with Ashkenazi Jew.
I think there's that, but then there's
classed as a
also like,
race.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then my dad's half Jamaican Irish, but then Jamaica, obviously, there was all the slave trade and everything like that. So it's kind of like...
It would probably come up as like Africa.
Yeah.
Because...
But then there's so many other things that happen. So it's like, it's just... I don't say it's not accurate, but...
No, but it's so like, how sure can you be for sure?
Yeah.
I've got 2% Finnish on mine.
Yeah.
Finnish.
But I'm like, what's 2%?
No, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't ever claim it. The only time I've ever brought it up is one of my best friends is half Finnish, and I'm like, I had 2% Finnish on mine, maybe we're cousins.
Yeah, that's when you go out, people are like, I'm Nigerian. And you're like, mate, you're ginger. But you could be.
Yeah, for sure. My friend had 1% Nigerian on his.
1%, you know.
Something crazy. I know. It's just a random.
It's like your blood doesn't work like that, though.
It's weird.
But I do get it, because it's kind of like we all kind of go back to
yeah.
somewhere, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's just funny
And
thing.
some stuff we know, some stuff we didn't. And we knew my
there's a lot we
nan,
don't know.
For sure, because people used to integrate.
100%.
Like my nan, we knew she wasn't pure English, but we didn't really know. And her mum was detached from her family because she got with like basically a poor drunk, and my great grandmother, I think, came from money or something, so they kind of disowned her. So we didn't really have a real connection to that. So when Italian showed up, we knew something was going to show up that we didn't know what it was. We didn't think it would be Italian, and it was a really strong amount. We're more Italian, apparently, on this thing than we are Indian.
It's a funny thing. That's what I mean. Like my dad's half Irish, Jamaican, and the Irish were in Jamaica a long time, and then it's kind of like
because he's quite light skinned as well, so that pull is probably like even more, isn't it?
But then does that could be because a lot of people have
throwbacks and stuff.
Yeah, like my granddad's black, but then even before that, there could have been someone white, like years and years ago.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So it's weird like that.
You know, my best mate who's half Finnish, half Jamaican, she's really light skinned. Her sisters are like a lot more visibly like mixed race, where you can see it for sure, but maybe some people would say that you can't. Her skin is very fair, and it's partly because she is half Finnish, of course, but her dad's Jamaican, but her dad's also got Scottish in him.
Yeah.
So she's probably pulled the Finnish side a lot, but also on her Jamaican side, she's probably pulled some of that Scottish more than she's pulled the Jamaican.
Yeah.
Not the Jamaican,
but also it's just like melanin, isn't it?
It is, and also a lot of countries that have like black people that root back from the slave trade, which is basically most of the Caribbean, will not be just African, just black.
Yeah,
they will have
exactly.
because of the nature of the slave trade. We can go on. That's a whole different episode.
No, bloody hell.
But yeah, exactly. Anyway, back to Eastenders family trees.
Yeah, maybe I should do the test just for jokes.
It is quite interesting. It's quite fun.
But then I'm kind of like, I sort of know now. It's good when you see like that show with Davina McCall.
I would love.
And they had twins, and they literally didn't know who their parents were.
Wow, really?
My mum has a friend like that. She literally doesn't know at all who her parents are. So it's interesting.
Yeah, you get that a lot. I knew someone whose dad was adopted or something. You could kind of tell she had some Asian in her. Like maybe like Chinese or Japanese or something. I don't know, but you could tell. But like her dad didn't know where he was from. So it's like, oh, that's so interesting where...
People forget that we go back thousands of years.
For sure.
You know
And people have always immigrated, funnily enough, guys.
Yeah.
Not many people are pure English. I do have a friend that done one though, and he is
pure
English.
Someone that's pure English.
But not many people are pure English. A lot of people do come from like Celtic backgrounds and have moved here or loads of different places.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of life.
That is the beauty of life. But in Wolford, they don't care about that. They're going to shag their neighbour.
I know, because Jasmine is now in the family with the Trumans.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they were adopted.
Yeah, who?
The Jasmine and, what's his name?
Jasmine and Josh.
Were adopted by that lady, but they're actually the Trumans' family.
Yeah. And then Oscar's shagging Josh and Jasmine.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's not yet, but he will be at some point, hopefully.
Yeah. Ancestry.com.
So it's going to be a whole nother caboodle like that. I know. It's mad, isn't it? Even like you've got Jack has slept with Stacey, and Max has slept with Stacey, and Bradley slept with Stacey. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I mean. And Stacey's kids, I don't know who. That's a whole other kettle of fish.
Well, yeah, Stacey's kids.
She's got Martin. She's got someone else.
Yeah, that Ryan guy, who is Whitney's brother.
Yes.
God, it's so funny. There's literally so many different things. Yeah, Lily's, and then the other two are Martin. The other two young ones,
I don't think
Martins.
they are, you know. No, they are. I think
They are. I think both Martins.
because Lily's it isn't Martin's.
No, but he raised her.
Took him on.
Took
Like a
her
good man he is.
on. Yeah, I'm just at that in the old episodes.
Oh.
But we love it. What's Eastenders about? A bit of incest.
Do you know what I mean? I think
And
it
had a
happens more
baby.
often than you think.
Do you think? Why? What are you admitting to?
I just think because people.
Stacey, your cousin.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because big families are. Then you grow
Yeah.
up together and then you don't really move away from each other and then you do.
Yeah, because where I'm from in Ireland, if you go there, you'll see like my family surname shop above shop windows everywhere. So it's like if I went out in Dingle and snogged someone.
Oh my God, you're from Dingle?
Yeah, well, up the road from Dingle. But
I'm
yeah.
from Dingle!
Are you?
Yeah.
Really? What's your
Yeah.
family surname?
I can't remember at the top of my head because I've always grown up with Jones, but...
Oh my God, we're sisters.
We are.
I knew we were sisters.
We're related.
Oh my God, there we go. But yeah, like if I snog someone in Dingle, that could be my brother.
And mine.
Exactly.
And then we'll be back on the square.
Literally, let's move to Dingle and make it the new
Yeah.
Eastenders. Oh my God.
So what's your final doof babes?
My final difters, we're all related.
We're all related.
Shag your cousins.
Shag your nans.
Nans.